Alright, so for today's video, we're gonna be checking out this Tohono yellow meated watermelon vines. I have one fruit that seems to be ready to harvest. Just want to show this other little fruit set right here. Now, the issue with Tohono yellow meated watermelon was during a hurricane, I had a bunch of fruit sets, but the strong winds and the flooding caused a lot of abortions, so or a lot of aborted fruits. But nonetheless, the vines are flowering again. It also caused the vines to stop flowering, but now they're flowering again, and they're starting to put out their female blooms again. So I'm hoping that I can get some 20 pounders like I had last season. Here I can see the hairs on the umbilical are gone. The tendril is almost dried all the way back, but I'm harvesting it a little bit early because I had some rodent damage, and I believe that was a rabbit tried to eat into the melon. So I'm trying to get to it before this little guy goes bad on me, because that's a big gash in there. I'm surprised it didn't reach the flesh, honestly. So I'm just gonna pop this off of here and hope for the best. I can see some drying starting to show on that umbilical. Now, a unique thing about this variety is the umbilical does dry at a close time to when the tendril dries. So I'm hoping that this melon it has ripened up, because that tendril was starting to dry up, and I'm just not trying to risk it. And I also want to see if this flesh turns out to be yellow, because oops, I just cracked that right open, and it's white on the inside. So it looks like I got to it a little bit too early. But you can see the vines are doing excellent, and there's a bunch of them in there. They rooted through the weed mat. They rooted through that weed fabric, and they weren't supposed to be planted right here, but the deer in my other garden caused that issue. So I guess I won't need to rinse this little guy off. That split right open. Well, yeah, I'm gonna just cut through there. Let's see what we have in there. Partially yellow, but I can see that it was starting to go bad because there's loose water in there. See that water? You smell it? Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to taste that, but it's definitely some Tohono yellow meated watermelon seeds. Looks like a couple of them were still darkening up, but most of them are black. Get my bricks meter out and see if this is safe to eat. So I'm just gonna cut a little slice out of there. Now, normally the flesh would be like this little orange color right here. That's some loose water in there. So normally the flesh would be a nice deep orange color, but this wasn't a normal circumstance. When I measured it, the big melon, it was 10.4%, so 7.4. So this was actually close to sweetening up. Let me just try it out. Small piece. Yeah, it tastes like a unsweet watermelon. So I'm definitely gonna keep the seeds out of here. There weren't too many in this one, and I believe it was due to Hurricane Ida, because this was growing when Hurricane Ida struck about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, it was about 3 weeks ago. So that's this little mini Tohono yellow meated watermelon. I have a bunch of vines growing from that same variety, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm just glad to see that it wasn't cross-pollinated. I hand-pollinated those seeds, of course, but it's always nice to see that the melon is what you bred it to be. which is a Tohono. I bred it to remain Tohono, as a Tohono. So vines all over. I'm gonna watch them closely, and I'll keep y'all updated as more fruit sets start developing. We still have plenty of time left in my season. First frost isn't until late November, early December. So today we're I believe today is September 10th or 11th. So we're in September definitely. Plenty of blooms coming, so I have enough time to get some more ripe Tohono Oldeham yellow meated watermelons after before first frost. Back here I also have some other varieties that rooted, and the labels were actually on the containers, but they got washed off, so I don't know what varieties these are. So I directed the vines to go in their own directions, away from the Tohono, to make sure I'm able to hand pollinate the Tohono and still be able to discern what everything is. So I'm just letting these varieties back here grow. This is also another variety right here. And I'm just letting these back here grow because I basically want to have some watermelons to eat. I'm not too concerned with saving seeds from these. I just want to be able to eat some watermelon because I had a lot going on this season that hindered my harvest. So that's the Tohono Oldeham yellow meated watermelon harvest. It looks just like a Tohono from back here. It was almost yellow. I could have left it on that vine, of course, but that thing didn't look like it was going to survive. So see y'all in the next one. It also goes to show that Tohono has a very thick rind because that was a deep gash in there. Let's go take another look at that gash. Right here. Right here. So that was very deep. And you can just see how thick the rind is on there. So that's about how thick it is. It's about half an inch thick or so, half an inch to an inch. So that's how thick it is on the larger size Tohonos too. So it's very animal resistant. Feeling it now, I definitely could have left it on the vine, but all is well. See y'all in the next one.